Welcome, my dear students. Myself, B. Jamal Lashkar, faculty member of Department of Commerce, SS College, Hailakandi. This is my second class in HS second year accountancy subject. In my last class, I have discussed about meaning of the organization and its categories, that is, trading organizations and non-trading organizations. Again, trading organizations is divided into two categories, that is, profit-seeking organizations and non-profit-seeking organizations. Then we have discussed about profit-seeking organizations and non-profit-seeking organizations, and also characteristics of profit-seeking organizations. In our today's discussion, we'll cover the next topics of this chapter. So let's start our today's discussion. Our first topic is distinction between profit-seeking organizations and non-profit-seeking organizations. For better understanding, we make it three columns, that is, basis for comparison, profit organizations, non-profit organizations. Our first point is meaning. In profit organizations, here it is written, a legal entity which operates for earning profit for the owner is known as for-profit or profit organizations. That means any organizations which main aim is to earn profit is called profit organizations. Next, what is the meaning of non-profit organizations? Here it is written, a non-profit organization is a legal entity which operates for serving the society as a whole. That means any legal entity or organization which provide services to the society or to their members or to their clients, etc., is known as non-profit organization. Then our next point is motive. Here it is written profit motive. Here it is written service motive. Profit motive. That means the main objective of profit organization is to earn profit. Here service motive means the main objective of not-for-profit organization is to provide services to their members or to the society, etc. Next, form of organizations. Here it is written sole proprietorship, partnership, firm or company. That means profit organizations may be in the form of sole proprietorship, partnership firm or company. Here it is written club, trust, public hospitals, society. That means not-for-profit organizations may be in the form of club, trust, public hospitals, society, etc. Then next part is management. In profit organization, here it is written sole proprietor, partners or directors, as the case may be. That means profit organizations are generally managed by the sole proprietor, partners or directors, etc. In not-for-profit organization, here it is written trustees, committees or governing bodies. That means not-for-profit organizations are generally managed by trustees, committees governing bodies, etc. Then source of revenue. Here it is written sale of goods and services. That means the main source of revenue of profit-seeking organization is sale of goods and services. Here it is written donations, subscriptions, membership fees, etc. That means the main source of revenues of not-for-profit organizations are donations, subscriptions, membership fees, etc. Next, financial statements. Profit-seeking organizations are generally prepared income statements, balance sheet, and cash flow statement. In not-for-profit seeking organizations, here it is written receipt and payment account, income and expenditure account, and balance sheet. That means not-for-profit seeking organizations are generally prepared receipt and payment account, income and expenditure account, and balance sheet. Next, our next point is final accounts or financial statements. Here it is written, once again, the not-for-profit organizations are also required to prepare financial statements at the end of each accounting period. Although these organizations are non-profit making entities, and they are not required to make trading and profit and loss account, but it is necessary to know whether the income during the year was sufficient to meet the expenses or not. Not only that, they have to provide the necessary financial information to members, donors, and contributors, and also to the registrar of societies. For this purpose, they have to prepare their final accounts at the end of the accounting period, and the general principles of accounting are fully applicable in their preparation as stated earlier. The final accounts of a not-for-profit organization consist of the following: 1. Receipt and payment account, 2. Income and expenditure account, and 3. Balance sheet. That means, like other organizations, not-for-profit organizations are also required to prepare financial statements at the end of the accounting period, because it is necessary to know whether the income during the year is sufficient to meet the expenses or not. Not-for-profit organizations are also provide financial information to their members, donors, contributors, etc. So, in order to cater to the various informational needs, not-for-profit organizations prepare the following accounting statements at the end of the accounting period. And this include receipt and payment account, income expenditure account, and balance sheet. So our next topic is receipt and payment account. Receipt and payment account is a summary of cash receipts and payments during the accounting period. It records all cash receipts and cash payments, including capital receipts and revenue receipts, irrespective of accounting period. All cash receipts are recorded on debit side or receipt side, and all cash payments are recorded on credit or payment side of receipts and payments accounts. That means receipts and payment account is like a cash book. It records all cash receipts and cash payments, both capital and revenue nature, relating to any period of time. Here, all cash receipts are recorded on the debit side or receipt sides, and all cash payments are recorded on the credit side or payment side. Next, features of receipts and payments accounts. First, it is a summary of cash book. Receipts are recorded on the debit side, while payments are entered on the credit side. That means receipts and payments account is a summary of cash receipts and cash payments during the accounting period. Here, all receipts are shown on the debit side and all payments are shown on the credit side of this account. Next, it shows the total amount of all receipts and payments irrespective of the period to which they pertain. That means all receipts and payments of cash which took place during the accounting period, whether pertaining to past, present, or future, are shown in these accounts. Third, it includes all receipts and payments, whether they are of capital nature or of revenue nature. That means it records all cash receipts and payments, both capital and revenue nature. Next, non-cash items such as depreciation, outstanding expenses, accrued income, etc. are shown in this account. That means receipt and payment account exclude non-cash items such as depreciation, outstanding expenses, etc. It only includes cash items. Next, it begins with opening balance of cash in hand and cash at bank in brackets or bank overdraft and closes with the year end balance of cash in hand oblique cash at bank or bank overdraft. That means receivable payment account starts with the opening balance of cash in hand or cash at bank and it closes with the end balance of year end balance of cash in hand or cash at bank or sometimes bank overdraft. Next, limitations of receipts and payments account. The receipts and payments accounts suffer from the following limitations. First is receipts and payments accounts does not differentiate capital and revenue expenses and incomes. It is a very important difference between receipt and payment account, that it does not differentiate any capital and revenue expense and incomes. That means it includes all things, both capital and revenue items. Next, receipts and payments account fail to show expense and incomes on accrual basis. It fails to show expenses and incomes on accrual basis. Then receipts and payments account fail to show surplus and deficit. Okay, it's failed to show surplus and deficit. Next, receipt and payments account fail to show non-cash transactions such as depreciation of fixed asset, pilferage, etc. That means receipt and payment account only show cash items. It does not show any non-cash item such as depreciation of fixed asset, pilferage, etc. Now, next point is pro forma of receipts and payments accounts. Okay, this is the pro forma or format of receipts and payments accounts. So first of all, we'll write name of the organization, then receipts and payments account, then for the year end date, ... There are two sides of receipts and payments accounts, that is debit side or receipt sides, and another is credit side or payment side. In receipt side, we will record all the receipts items, and in credit side we will record all the payments items. So these are the receipts items, these all are the receipts items, and these are the payments items. Okay, তো আমি একটু বেঙ্গলিতে বলছি। সো এটা হচ্ছে রিসিপ্ট অ্যান্ড পেমেন্ট অ্যাকাউন্টের, আমরা কীভাবে রিসিপ্ট অ্যান্ড পেমেন্ট অ্যাকাউন্ট তৈরি করব অথবা বানাবো তার ফরম্যাট। তো আমরা প্রথমে অর্গানাইজেশন নাম দেওয়া থাকবে, তো আমরা তার নামটি লিখব, তারপর আমরা রিসিপ্ট অ্যান্ড পেমেন্ট অ্যাকাউন্ট লিখব, তারপর আমরা ফর দ্য ইয়ার এন্ডিং যে ইয়ারটি দেওয়া থাকবে ওই ইয়ারটি লিখব। তো এখানে রিসিপ্ট পেমেন্ট অ্যাকাউন্টসে দুটি সাইড থাকে, একটি হলো ডেবিট সাইড যেটাকে আমরা রিসিপ্ট সাইডও বলতে পারি, আরেকটি হলো ক্রেডিট সাইড, যেটাকে আমরা পেমেন্ট সাইডও বলতে পারি। সো রিসিপ্ট সাইডে আমরা রিসিপ্ট আইটেমগুলো লিখব, পেমেন্ট সাইডে পেমেন্টস আইটেমগুলো লিখব। তো রিসিপ্ট সাইড সম্পর্কে আমি একটি কথা বলবো, যখনই তোমার কাছে ক্যাশ আসবে তুমি তখনই রিসিপ্ট সাইটে লিখে নেবে, আর যখনই দেখবে তোমার কাছ থেকে ক্যাশ চলে যাচ্ছে তখন তুমি পেমেন্ট সাইটে লিখবে। ঠিক আছে? তো এই প্রফর্মাটি আমাদের জন্য খুবই ইম্পর্টেন্ট। আমরা যখন রিসিপ্ট অ্যান্ড পেমেন্ট অ্যাকাউন্ট সাম করতে যাব তখন এই প্রফর্মাটি আমাদের দরকার পড়বে। সবাই এটিকে ভালোভাবে দেখবে এবং আরও অনেকবার এই প্রফর্মাটি দেখে নিবে। তো এটা মনে রাখার দরকার নেই, এমনিতেই এই একটাই কনসেপ্ট মনে রাখলে হবে। শুধুমাত্র যখনই আমাদের কাছে ক্যাশ আসবে আমরা রিসিপ্ট সাইটে রেকর্ড করব, এবং যখনই আমাদের কাছে পেমেন্ট আসবে, যখনই আমরা কোনো পেমেন্ট করব আমরা এটিকে পেমেন্ট সাইটে লিখে রাখব। এটি যথেষ্ট। তারপরে যদি কেউ এটাকে মুখস্থ করতে চায়, মেমোরাইজ করতে চায়, তাহলে সে এই পুরো প্রফর্মাটিকে মুখস্থ করে নিতে পারে। ঠিক আছে? So in our today's discussion we have covered about distinguish between profit-seeking organizations and non-profit-seeking organizations. Then final accounts or financial statements. Then receipts and payments account. Then salient features of receipt and payment account. Then limitations of receipts and payments account. Then proforma or format of receipts and payments account. So our today's discussion is over. Thank you.